Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Diamond Zone, Tuesday morning. I'm glad everybody had a great Monday. I'm just assuming that, right? But what I was talking about before I got interrupted by myself is, you know the song, The Climb, Always. The reason why always is there whenever you're trying to accomplish anything in life is because if you're out there, right, in the world, people come to us with many different problems. And our business is about identifying people's problems and giving them a way to solve their problems. So there's always going to be problems. Okay, and what we have to do is keep our mindset right in a positive manner to always persevere through what a lot of people perceive as problems as negative. It's a switch. Problems aren't negative. Problems gives us an opportunity. If nobody had a problem, we don't have an opportunity. Does that make sense? If everything in the world was perfect, right, they wouldn't need an opportunity with World Global Network. They wouldn't be looking for financial freedom. See, I love the fact that most people don't have a clue. I love the fact that most people want to solve their problems. Well, there's the problem. Most people rather complain about their situation versus do something about it. Would you not agree? Okay, people love to talk. They love to be negative. It's just what people do. In fact, a lot of people have that as their hypnotic rhythm. Their hypnotic rhythm is to talk about all the woes in the world. And God knows, okay, in today's society, okay, there's a lot of things to talk about. But what we have to do is get people to face their own realities. And we talk about it all the time on Diamond Zone, right? The way we get people to talk about the realities is to identify where they're at. Until you identify where you're at, you can't then determine if you want to get out of where you are. Okay, you got to get people to dream again. You got to get people to think of outside of what they know. That's our business. Okay, if you really want to come down to it. And what we're going to talk about today is really how to help people take that next step. So before I get into that, okay, everybody knows about Las Vegas, right? It's August 21st and 22nd. Okay, in Las Vegas, get your tickets. You don't want to miss a company event. I'm going to talk about it every day up until Vegas. But the thing that was just added, okay, and this part is not a company event, so it's not included in whatever you paid to be at the company event. And the reason I say that is if you got the early bird, it's cheaper than it is today. Okay, so we have a Equip Yourself conference. It's a skill set training, which is October 19th. It's Thursday. Okay, now skill set, okay, now a lot of the skill sets we teach on a daily basis, but once again, it's great to hear another perspective. Okay, if you were on the call yesterday, you heard another great perspective on how to match the opportunity to the people you're talking about by William. Okay, 27 years of experience talking to you. I'm listening. Are you kidding? Okay, we have our way of relaying that, but you know what? There were certain nuances that I picked up on that skill set training. Okay, so there are things that will be, covered. Finding prospects, inviting prospects, right? How to prepare your prospects, how to follow up, just different things that we all need, right, to make sure we master. Because the one thing you can never, ever, ever let drop is the recruiting ball. It's just we're always recruiting customers. We're always recruiting new distributors, always. If you stop recruiting those two things, your business is dead. And we all know that. Okay, so this is at the Palace Station Hotel. It starts at 10 o'clock. I believe it's 10. Let's go through it real quick. And the speakers are Grand Presidents Tone and Vaughn, Wynn. Great, great, great people. They're out here in Orange County with us. Lisa and I will be there. Okay, look how cute we are. Okay. Prabhu and Sherry. Okay, you got T and Stacy, and special guest speakers, right? Chad and Natita Chong and Jeremy Roma. So great lineup, right? You don't want to miss this. Okay, if you could be there, if you could figure it out. Okay, and the schedule is 8:30 registration, 10 o'clock the training begins, 1 to 2 is a lunch break, and then 2 to 7. That's Thursday. Remember, Thursday's an open day for us. So after 7 o'clock, what are we going to do? We're going to gather a big group of us. We're going to go have fun. Okay? We're going to socialize. That's a big part of Vegas, guys. And here's another thing, and I'll get into this more as Vegas gets closer. Don't just hang with the people that you came with. Get outside. Meet people from different countries. Okay? Get outside of your existing comfort zone. Sit next to somebody that you never sit next to. Okay, I'm telling you, you'll have a different experience. Okay, we'll all come together. Don't worry about that. Everybody will come together. There's plenty of time for that. But I'm just saying, you want to get around other people in the business. Now, Friday is for the people that have hit diamond and above. The company is having a separate event. Anybody diamond and above needs to be at that event. For the people who have not yet hit diamond, we want to make sure you're not left out. So there is a dinner and social event afterward on Friday at the Palace Station from 5 to 10. That includes dinner. So this whole thing, if you just choose to come to it, it's $99. And remember, the reason why this is not a company event, this is put on by the distributors, right? And obviously there's a cost to all this. So the venue is the Palace Station. Okay, it's real close. Everything in Vegas is close. So if like once again, guys, if you could be there, I would certainly suggest you go. Okay, so let's go into the training. Okay, and I want to spin this differently. You know, I'll try to do a little bit differently every time we do it, because I want people, once again, if you do hear training over and over again, that's a good thing. Because you can't say you have not heard every speaker talk about their why, right? And telling you that's the most important thing that drives your business. If you don't have a why, right, you stop attending Diamond Zone. If you don't have a why, you don't go to Vegas. If you don't have a why, you don't do anything every day. Okay, that's always the most important part of our journey. But, you know, listening to William yesterday, okay, and me taking notes when he was talking, I also want to make sure you know that what he is talking about requires a certain skill set. Right? There's certain things that you grow into as you take this journey. Right? Remember I said the other day, some people's journey is just to understand their why, and sometimes that journey takes 6 months. Then it's understanding how to do a list. Everybody has their journey in this business. And when you get really good, you'll be able to talk to somebody right away and determine what box they're in. And based on the box they're in, what message you need to relay. But when you're brand new, like some of you on this call, okay, you need to put in and insert a third party that has more experience than you. Do you ever go to a restaurant, right, and you sit down and 2 people come up to your table? Right? And there's one person talking and the other person's just watching. That's a third party expert. That's a new person that's being trained. And they said, follow me, shadow me, watch me. And this is how they learn. Right? Everybody, you ever see The Apprentice? Okay, or any type of a show? Okay, there's always an expert. There's always somebody giving critique. Well, that's our third-party system. And you have to know that this is something, a lot of you say this to me, because I've talked to you every day, a lot of you. My funnel's full. I need to pull people through my funnel. A good way of pulling people through the funnel is to insert some of these people to the expert. pull them into a three-way call. I'm doing a lot of three-way call Zooms now. It's not just three-way calls through the phone. It's a three-way call through a Zoom. And you know what? I love the three-way call through the phone. It works. Whatever works. But I love the three-way call through the Zoom. I could see them. They could see me. They could see my animation. They could see my excitement. They could feel my excitement. And I could also feel theirs. I like to see people. Okay, I like to see their eyes. I like to hear their cadence. I like to hear their energy. I could tell a lot about a person very quickly. But see, for a new person, can I help you with this one? Everybody is going to be great. And I want you to have that attitude. I want you to have a no qualification attitude. Okay, because I want you to talk to everybody. But let me tell you what happens when you insert an expert. They figure out very quickly what you got. They figure out very quickly what you have, because that person is meant to take your person to the next step. Isn't that everything? Isn't the worst thing to have a funnel full and no one goes to the next step? Doesn't that make you all nuts? Man, look at all these people that responded from my LinkedIn. Look at all the people I have from Craigslist. Look at all the people I have in my warm market. Okay, that's great. Your funnel's full, but we have to pull the people through the funnel. We got to lead them to the next step. And you know what leading people to the next step is? Listen, guys, you got to hear me on this one. It's giving them direction. That's it. We got to get really good at telling people what to do and see if they do it. You don't make them do it. You can't make people do anything, but you can tell them what to do and see if they do it. I was listening to Lisa yesterday on the way back from the gym, doing a three-way call. And she was listening, and she was listening, and she was listening, and she was inserting, and she was listening, and she was listening. Then at the end, she said, okay, so are you ready to get started? Sounds like you're ready to get started. Here's what you need to do. And she says, do you understand the packages? And she went through the packages. She goes, now what you need to do is get started. Person goes, okay, I'm ready. But how many people take that next step to get people and tell them to do the uncomfortable? Well, this is an interim step that some of you need to really get better at. Now, I know you know about it. I know some of you probably even rolled your eyes when you saw the training I'm going to do. Oh, I know about that. Okay, I'm glad you know about it. You also know about your why. Okay, but is it motivating you to do something? Okay, knowing something and doing it are two different things. But I want you to understand the concept of the third-party system. Okay? You are the person, right, that's filling up their funnel. Okay, now that's you. You're the one that's filling up your funnel. A new person's value to me and a new person's value to you, you have to understand this, okay, is you want this person to open up their contact base. It's really all you want, right? Because this person's already in. So you want to help this person build the consumer base for them. And if this person does what he says he's going to do because you gave him the right direction, remember? See, I could take this training into a 4-day training because now I could reverse engineer that when you brought this person in, did you get him a welcome letter? Did you walk him through the welcome letter? Does he know how to invite? I did a 3-way call with somebody yesterday. I said, well, who's your sponsor? So-and-so. And who's that person's sponsor? I always ask this, so-and-so. And I said, okay. He said, but I really want to touch base with you, okay, because I saw on the welcome letter you were my upline. And I thought that was good. He got a welcome letter. I go, okay, good sponsor, okay? And this guy took it upon himself, okay, to call me. He goes, and now I know you're doing a call for me, okay, to help me launch my business. And he said, I'm having a problem inviting. And I said, well, okay, did the person who brought you in give you any type of indication? And she goes, no, they're not really. So I'm saying that I'm excited about this new business, okay? And it's in wearable technology, and I explain the product, and he tells me all these things he was doing wrong. So once again, when you bring a new person in, you got to equip them with some basics. You got to equip them, and if you go through that welcome letter, right, there's different ways in which to invite. But you got to find out when you sponsor this person what you got. Not everybody you sponsor is great. Not everybody you sponsor warrants a launch call. Okay, what you have to find out very quickly, this is time well spent with this person. But if this person does, he's going to open up his contact base. And now you have somebody, a prospect that is interested because this guy invited. But this guy's brand new, right? And this guy is really good at getting the 2-minute video to this person. We're all good at that because what do we tell this person to do? Just get that 2-minute video into people's hands, right? Don't we say that every meeting? And that's really all I want him to do in the beginning is get this person information. Now this person's intrigued. But we didn't tell this person to close them. Now, obviously, based on who you have here, if it's Jeff and Lisa, who 24 years of experience, I got it. But if you got a new person talking to a new person that's never been involved in multi-level or has very little experience, it's the blind leading the blind. This becomes the seeing-eye dog. The expert becomes the seeing-eye dog for the two blind people. You guys understand the analogy? Okay, this person led me to this person, but this person's the expert. Because I will share with you in this training, this person, okay, respected this person enough to at least watch the 2-minute video. That was it. This person's going to intrigue them. Sometimes to get people past your first phase of your funnel is you got to bring in the expert, guys. And I want you to understand the power of this. Because everybody on this call has an upline. You need to utilize them. Because what makes it work, the third-party system, is edification. Letting your prospect know there is somebody you are working with years of experience. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, okay, who was leading the ship. I wanted to know and feel comfortable with, right, the leadership. Simply sharing with your prospect, okay, about the person you're working with. This is where you make the person larger than life. Man, I'm working with somebody with 24 years of experience, multi-million-dollar earner and producer. In fact, this person left a company where they were the #1 earners for 16 years. Now, I'm saying for me, okay, but I could edify anybody on this call. Anybody. And that's the whole idea, is to make your prospect feel good about who he's being introduced to. Because guys, listen, a lot of people have an ego. Sometimes you got to stroke it. Okay, stroke the ego. Listen. Okay, I'm brand new, but I want to introduce you to the right people to give you the right information. It ensures that everything your expert says to the person is taken to a higher level of importance because they know they're talking to the right guy. More than likely, prospect does not know the expert in most cases, so it gives instant credibility to your prospect. Take responsibility off of you to do the explaining. Because how many of you have said this to me? Think. How many of you have thought this? Okay, I got the person a 2-minute video. Now what? Now what? Because we've talked about this. We've dissected that video. It doesn't talk about the opportunity, does it? You have to set that up. You got to let them know this. That's when you're telling people the reason why you're sending it to them. That's why I like a phone call first. Hey, Christina, listen, I'm so excited. Okay, Lisa and I just started a business in wearable technology. We're first to launch it into the United States, but we're also able to do business, Christina, in 195 countries. I thought of you because you're in Portugal. And I know you keep your business options open, Christina. If I sent you a 2-minute video, will you watch it? She goes, yes, absolutely. Perfect. When you watch it, you're going to get really excited about the product. I promise you that. But I want you to think about earning a percentage off everybody in Portugal into the future. I'm planting a seed of money. So she watches it differently, right? So did I not set up that call now differently? Now when I call her back, she knows there's money attached, and now it becomes much easier to lead her to the expert. I don't want you to lead people to an expert to explain the product. Don't do that. Nobody gets an expert. Nobody, unless they watch the 2-minute and 7-minute video. That should be the rule. Nobody should get to an expert because you don't want the expert to talk anything about, okay, the product. The product's been explained. Okay, and you want people to be on the call and set the call up right, and people that are willing to listen to how to make money. Does that make sense? This will better your chances. Once again, listen to my words, better your chances to take them to the next step. It takes the responsibility off you. You know why that's important? Because this is the first mistake most people do. They talk more than they listen. They try to explain everything about everything. So if a prospect has a question about how the product works, even though this person knows nothing about it, tries to explain it. And then that person says, well, you know what? I really don't know. Let me get somebody on the phone so they could explain to you how the product works. That's not a 3-way call. We're not in the business to try to explain how technology works. Okay, it's all in the setup, you guys. And when someone asks you how it works, because I just help you with the answer, what am I going to say, everybody? What am I going to say? I don't know. Do you? Who knows how it works on this call? I do, Jeff. Great. Try to duplicate that. Try to duplicate your knowledge if you happen to know how it works. Can you imagine Antonio DeRosa trying to duplicate that as part of our system? Come on. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's working because we've sold 500,000 units. So let's talk about the real issue here. Okay, do you understand, okay, that there's a business attached to the product? Do you keep your business options open, yes or no? Yes? Perfect. I want to insert somebody I'm working very closely with. I want him to get you to understand the bigger picture of what we're about to do. Because I don't want you explaining and reacting. And this is the biggest problem most new people will fall into. Nothing wrong with it. You talk too much. You try to sound smarter than you are because you're not. And I tell people that I'm not that smart because I'm not. I'm passionate. I'm excited. Okay, and I know exactly what I need to do, and that's follow a simple system. Okay, so here's the first party mistake. You attempt to present and explain everything to your prospect. Be honest. Who's fallen into this trap? Come on. Anybody? Okay, good. I love when you recognize you've done something wrong. That's good. That's growth. Well, I've never done that. Baloney. This does not duplicate because you don't have experience or credibility. And the prospect knows it. Wait a minute. Where did this happen? Where did this transformation happen? You went from being a salesman to now you're an expert in technology? In 24 hours? It doesn't match up. Don't you see what the prospect's thinking? But if you tell people your situation, why you made the decision, and the system you're involved with, and the simplicity, and the people you're working with, now that prospect says, oh, see, now I know what got this guy excited. You don't want to have somebody not get involved due to your inexperience or lack of credibility. In this business, you had enough credibility to get them to the table. But sometimes you have lack of credibility because the person knows you just got started too. So to have lasting success, it's crucial that you use and teach the third-party system, guys. Some of you get hot and cold on this. Okay, hang on, let my dog in. Okay, some of you guys get hot and cold with this. After this call, you'll start doing three-way calls. Have it always in your tool belt. Always plan it. Make sure whoever you're working with, you're giving them options and find out when their availability is and fill their calendar. Okay, I got 6 today, six people, okay, that have scheduled three-way calls. Christina just called me for one tomorrow after Diamond Zone, right, Christina? Okay, we have one. Okay, so there's always going to be support there. So third party, you and the prospect, there's trust, initial trust to get them the 2-minute video. The expert, the prospect will listen to the expert if this guy does his job right. It's not like, hey, man, I get you on the call with somebody I'm working with, person's pretty cool. Hey, John, this is Sherry. Hey, Sherry, do your magic, sell John. No. Bad. No, it has to be set up right. Working together as a team. Also, guidance and support from your expert will help you start building your business. You got to make this person know this is the expert. This person has the knowledge, and this person is going to give this person everything he needs. And a lot of times this person will listen, okay, and this person's job is to lead this person to the next step. And you know what your job is? Can I tell you what your job is? Listen. Don't talk. Don't interject. I'll get to that again in a second. So third-party system, where can it be done? Face-to-face. Okay, I have a lunch and I have a coffee third party today. Okay, or the person I met and he goes, you know what, we're close, so I'm gonna go. We're gonna go have coffee. Could be at a business center, could be at a social, 3-way call, Skype, Zoom. Okay, most of the time this is done through the phone or now through Zoom. Phone has always been the most popular. It's easy, everybody has one, and we could do it right away. Okay, but once again, it allows people to be pulled through your funnel. Now, if things to remember, and this sometimes it doesn't really translate a lot of times today because of technology, but if I am going to meet somebody, if I'm going to personally meet somebody, I never go on their turf. I'll never go to their place of work. I'll never go to their home. They're in control. And now it's like I'm a salesman going to them trying to sell them. I don't do that. I'll go to neutral and I'll go to my turf. Neutral, coffee shop. Lunch, neutral. Okay, more relaxed, more open-minded, right? If they're on my turf, and our turf used to be, right, my meeting, my hotel meeting, okay, my house for a presentation. Okay, it could be a company event. That's your turf. But my point is this, guys. In most cases, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because this is not really relevant for a lot of people. It's phone and Zoom. Those are neutral turfs. Okay, so if you do happen to have somebody that says, meet me, never go on their turf. Okay, appointment to talk business could be a social setting, business setting. Now, at the appointment, on the call, on the Zoom, expert does the explaining. You make the introduction, okay, and you stay quiet. That's not being mean. Never interject into conversation unless asked. And can I tell you why? The expert has a way of understanding where the person's at and where he wants to take them. And sometimes you're taking people down this road where he wants them to go, and he's falling in. And then all of a sudden, the sponsor interjects and takes you completely off where you were trying to take them. Happens a lot. Just the best thing is, just say this. I'm going to press mute now. Boop. I'm going to press mute now, and I'm going to listen. Now, another thing that I want you guys, okay, now remember, this is Diamond Zone stuff, is that, like, for example, tomorrow, I'm doing this call with Christina, and I'm going to say, Christina, I want a little heads up about the guy. Give me the shot before the call. I'm still going to ask the guy the same questions, but I want to set myself up as the expert for the call. So I want Christina to tell me about this guy. How did you meet him? Why do you think he's going to be good? What's his background? What have you told him so far? What has he seen? Right? So I know the shot. You know my thing, right? I call it the shot. If I don't know the shot, okay, I'm going blind. Now, could I still do it blind? Of course. Because I'm going to ask the right probing questions. And I'm still going to ask probably the same questions, but I want to set up my questions prior. Do you see? That's how an expert gets prepared. So don't just throw the expert on. He'll still probably get through it, but I'm telling you, once again, every little nugget I'm giving you betters our chances to take this person where we want. Because I'm going to then compartmentalize, is that the right word? I'm going to put this person in a box. Were you on the call what William was talking about? The pioneer, the influencer? I want to find out what I got. Maybe Christina's introducing me to a pioneer. Well, I'm going to put my pioneering hat on with this guy. Right, somebody goes, oh, this guy just wants to get to the bottom. Pioneers want to get right to the bottom line. They don't want fluff. She may be introducing me to a techie guy. Well, a techie guy gets in the weeds. I know that. So I got to be prepared not to get in the weeds with the techie guy. And if she sets me up in the beginning, I got it now. So get really good at finding out who you're putting on the phone with the expert. Don't just say everybody's going to be great. Okay, and then all of a sudden the person goes, well, I really didn't want to do this. I've had these. I really didn't want to get on this call. Person told me I had to. I didn't really want to talk to you. I'm not really that interested. I've had those calls. So I got to go, click. That was a good one. But you know what? I blame myself on that one because I'm the one that was training the person. And then I'll call back the person afterwards. And by the way, if you do a call with me and I call you back and we give you some critique, don't take it personally. Just trying to make you better. Christina, don't do it that way. Don't say this. Don't say that. I'm just using her as an example because she sets it up perfectly. Okay? But if she didn't, I want to say, Christina, here's what I want to work on. Remember when I was taking this person and you interjected and you thought that was a good interjection? Bad, Christina, bad, bad girl. Mute, Christina, mute. Right? And she's going to take it in. It's all having fun, guys. But I just give you a little nugget. Set it up. Find out who you're putting on the call. Dig. Don't just take, I'm good. I've been in multi-level. I love this one. I've been in multi-level marketing for years, and I made a fortune. Then I get on the phone, I ask a couple of questions, and the person's fortune was he's making $100 a month. He's never really built anything, but you're so excited. You know, I'm not saying you're not going to put that guy in a three-way call, but I want to find out a little bit more. That will be helpful. That will be helpful if you did that. Okay, fine, got it? Expert will lead prospect to make decision and give you direction on what to do next. Closing. Okay, this is where you trust the expert. If your prospect is ready to get started, be prepared. You be prepared, because here's the preparedness, right? Christina, okay, I want to make sure you know now to get him your link, and you know how to set him up and how to get his package done, right? That's being prepared. If your prospect is not ready, your expert will determine this, and the expert will move him to the next step. Christina, here's what I want to do. Since this person didn't see the 2-minute video or 7-minute video, bad Christina, okay, that's going to be his next step because I got to go. That'll be a very short call. Okay, very short. Okay, but if the person has, and I just couldn't move him, I'm saying, you know what, Christina, I think the next thing is for you to send them that recorded webinar. Prospect, if we sent you this recorded webinar, will you watch it? I think you really need to understand it, because I'm not there to do a full presentation. Follow me? Whatever that person's needs, we're going to give him. And I'm just going to lead him to the next step, whatever we feel that is. And that's why I'm eating coffee with this person, because I did the call, okay, and I moved him, and I said, where do you live? And he happens to live right by me. But it was introduced from somebody in Texas. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm close. I'll meet you for coffee at 9:30. So I moved him to the next step. You see what I'm saying? So leave that to the expert. Okay? So that's the third-party system. Those are some nuggets. Okay, nugget number 1, make sure you're giving your people the right direction when they get started. Don't just say, here's the welcome letter, right? Good luck. Find out what you got. Find out about the person. Give him some ideas. Find out his contact base. Then when he starts leading you to people, right, then you understand how to insert and tell them how to do a three-way call, how to leverage you. Not leverage me. I'm one person. Leverage you and your upline. Okay, do you have people in your organization right now? They should be leveraging you for three-way calls. Okay, everybody's an expert. If you say you're an expert, guess what? You're an expert. That's it. Don't think you have to learn anything. I could be brand new and still be an expert. But everybody here has people seasoned above them to help you take people to the next step. All right? So it's exactly 45 minutes today. You guys have a great day. Remember, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, you know about the opportunity calls. Okay? And I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow morning. Bye, guys. What am I doing? Stop share. Say goodbye. Woo! Say goodbye to me, everybody. Aw, smiles. Okay, good. That's enough.